In today's informative video, we are going to explore the fascinating structure of the human eye and understand how it intelligently adapts to varying light conditions through a protective mechanism known as the iris reflex. To begin with, imagine a cross-sectional view of the eyeball, as if the eye were looking to the left and sliced vertically in half, with the front portion removed so we could clearly see all the internal parts. The first structure that incoming light encounters is the cornea. The cornea is a completely transparent and curved outer layer of the eye, and interestingly, it does not contain any blood vessels. This transparency is essential for light to pass through without obstruction. Since it lacks a blood supply, the cornea receives its required oxygen by diffusion directly from the outside air, a unique feature compared to most other body tissues. The main function of the cornea is to cause the initial refraction or bending of the light as it enters the eye, directing the light toward the lens and ultimately toward the retina. Moving inward, the next significant structure is the iris, which is the colored part of your eye and plays a crucial role in regulating the amount of light that enters. The pupil, which appears as the dark circular opening in the center of the iris, is not an actual structure but rather a variable-sized gap that allows light to pass through to the lens. The lens, located just behind the pupil, also refracts light like the cornea, but with the added ability to change its shape. This flexibility enables the lens to adjust the strength of its refraction, ensuring that light is precisely focused onto the retina, which is the light-sensitive layer lining the back of the eye. The retina is composed of two main types of specialized receptor cells, cone cells and rod cells. Cone cells are responsible for detecting color and operate effectively in well-lit environments, allowing us to see the full range of vibrant hues. However, they are less useful in dim lighting. In contrast, rod cells are highly sensitive to low light and enable us to see in black and white when illumination is poor. This is the reason why, in the dark, we cannot distinguish colors because only rod cells are active. Within the retina lies a small but vital area called the fovea, which contains only cone cells and is the region where light is most precisely focused for the clearest and sharpest vision. The final major component is the optic nerve, which is responsible for transmitting all the electrical signals generated by the receptor cells in the retina directly to the brain, where they are interpreted as visual images. Now let us examine the iris reflex, an automatic response that protects our eyes from potential damage caused by excessive brightness. When we are exposed to intense light, such as bright sunlight or the glare of a strong bulb, the high light intensity can harm the delicate cells of the retina. To prevent this, the eye employs a reflex that adjusts the size of the pupil. In bright conditions, the pupil becomes smaller, a condition called constriction, to reduce the amount of light entering the eye and thereby protect the retina. In low light, however, the pupil enlarges, a process called dilation, to allow more light in, which enhances our ability to see in the dark. This entire adjustment is controlled by two sets of muscles located in the iris. The circular muscles are arranged like rings around the pupil, and the radial muscles extend outward like the radius of a circle. In bright light, the circular muscles contract, squeezing the pupil smaller, while the radial muscles remain relaxed. In darkness, the reverse happens. The circular muscles relax and the radial muscles contract, pulling the pupil open to let more light through. This dynamic coordination ensures that the retina receives just the right amount of light under various conditions, thereby maintaining optimal vision while preventing light-induced damage. And that brings us to the end of today's detailed discussion about the eye. We hope you found it insightful and enjoyable. If you have any thoughts or questions about this topic, feel free to share them, and we look forward to seeing you again in another educational session soon.